What did community look like when you were growing up, and how is it different from the way people are connecting today?
Well, community back then was based on the geography you lived in. For example, your own neighborhood, and extended neighborhood, and the city. So, main kind of close knit community would be a very immediate. I would say 30 houses around you would be part of your community, and you would just. And back then, it was kind of you would just knock the door and walk in. That's how people were expected, and each household would have few guests every day from within. They were not even considered guests. The 30 immediate houses were not considered guests. So they could just walk into each other. And then again, I'm not saying this kind of qualifies for everyone, but especially in where I was living. And slowly, it of course changed, and people started making appointments became very late actually. And that was one aspect of it, that okay, people would go to each other's house. But there is another aspect of it which I must actually mention, which I saw in my mother's village. Okay, that's a different one. My mother's village, I always say that was quite a kind of very remote village, and it was right in the middle of, so you had to walk for about 3 hours from the road to get there. So it was a very isolated community. And people would, should we go there or not?
It's up to you. I don't really know where you're going, but it is up
Yeah,
to you.
okay. Well, in the villages, communities were a lot more close knit than they were, for example, in the city where I was growing up, because of the need base. So if one harvest has come, so each person would share the harvest cutting with everyone else and all that kind of stuff. And in the cities, maybe the people were not that much reliant on each other, even for going to hospital or anything else. But still, that community was there. It wasn't like today and people would kind of look out for each other and help each other in every way. The other thing I noticed is that the lack of technology was helpful as well. So you kind of would try to keep in your now people who understand certain things, what kind of jobs you can apply or what kind of subjects you can choose to. I think those kind of things did help in maintaining that kind of community as well, whereas Google and AI took that role afterwards.